Hi, Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How is everybody? I might have just happened to have found somebody walking around the house looking for something to do.
Yeah, what's up?
And wrangled him in for a reading.
Hello.
Yeah, so you've got Susie and Ricky today. I haven't been regularly online over the past month or so because, like the way everything's been shifting energetically. I've been going through an ascension process. You've been going through an ascension process. There's been a lot of shifts sort of in and around our own little family, and we've been like behind the scenes keeping on working and helping people. I just haven't been putting readings up online, but we're back today to have a look at it. And one of the things that's really motivating having a look at today is Mercury's just gone retrograde, which is we've got the sun's moved into Virgo, we've got Mercury in retrograde in Virgo, and then we've got Mars moving into Libra. Now, that's going to affect the collective really heavily because people are going to be wanting to get really focused, but they're probably going to find themselves a little bit misdirected or a little bit aimless. Not knowing what comes next, but having this big push, this big drive to feel like something is coming or something should next level.
Right.
But over the next sort of, Mercury sits in retrograde in Virgo up till like mid-September. So that's a massive opportunity. With all of these other pushes that are coming, it's a massive opportunity to get things wrong. So people are going to want to give up on their journeys and want to lose their way.
Get things wrong now.
Yeah, if you know that it's going to get upheaved, it's a little bit of you can prepare for anything that might feel like it pushes you off your path. We do have Venus retrograde in Leo though, which will be it's not valued as a time to start new things. It's a time to assess things deeply. So I would be suggesting over the next month or so, it's going to be a time to actually really have a think about what you want and where you like to go.
Sorry.
What you do. But don't feel like you're off track if it leaves you feeling like it's not getting across the line. So that's the current energy. So we're going to go back to the way we read. This is like a year ago where you were helping me with readings.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, yeah. So I'll read for Divine Feminine. We'll get Ricky to draw some cards for Divine Masculine, and we'll put some energies crossing across the top, build a bit of a bridge, and see if we can't get a reading. All right, here we go. Divine Feminine, what's happening in your world currently? Let's have a look in the soul space. Yeah, look, we've got straight up Seven of Wands comes out as the push from the universe. We've got the Page of Wands. Oh, look, I didn't even need to draw these cards. I've already given you your reading in the introduction. Emperor comes into the soul space. We've got the Eight of Wands as the challenge. We've got the Chariot as the advice from Spirit. And we've got the Four of Pentacles as the likely outcome. This pretty much is not too far off from what we've just spoken about. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, right? See how it says, remember I said in the introduction that at the moment, like right now is not really favored for fresh new starts. Like Venus retrograde in Leo really is a time where it says, who are you and what do you value, right? But it's not valued as a time to actually make the start. And here under the deck, look what we've got with it. We've got the Hangman, which says, all about that deep introspection. It says, stop, slow down. Don't worry if you don't actually know where you're going or what you're doing. Seven of Swords is that energy of feeling like, let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. Seven of Swords is that energy of feeling like you could be deceived or get those cross wires. It could even be that miscommunication, because Swords is all about communication, right? So it's about your ideas and your thoughts, your words, all of those things. And the Seven is the one that gets it wrong. Seven is where it moves into deception, or where it moves into feeling like your ideas aren't aligning properly. And when we're doing this, we've got the Hangman, so that's a deliberate time in contemplation. And then we've got the Seven of Swords, which is going, figure out what the truth is, figure out who you are and what you want. But it isn't valued as the time to actually make the fresh new start, even though the energy will be upon you. Remember I said that you would get the energy with Mars in Libra, that's shifting in a couple of days, where relationships would become your central focus, and the energy behind it, it's the energy of put a ring on it, essentially. Like it says I want to elevate, it says I want to commit, it says I want to move forward. But the other energies around it, just don't value it at this time, which will then leave you feeling aimless. Let's look at the next level. Look, you'll feel like a wounded warrior. I'm not kidding, these energies are going to play out pretty intensely over the next month or so, where you feel the push to move forward, you feel the push to figure out who and what you are and who and what you want, but essentially it won't tip over. It'll feel like it just kind of holds a little bit of stagnancy, essentially. And things like work, health and routine will all get an upheaval. Delays, missed deadlines, miscommunication, it's all forecast under this next Mercury retrograde. Queen of Pentacles and the Temperance card see this. It's the idea of going, you will feel like you want to put things in motion. You will feel like you want to balance it all out, right? The Temperance card. You are going to want to feel like you want everything to come online and to move easily and in a balanced way. But it's just like it just won't quite manifest. Every time you feel like you've got a measured, even, balanced response, there'll be something in the mix that will want to rethink it. Now, there's another energy at play here. You've got Uranus moving through Taurus. Now, that's going to move into a retrograde space as well. And that's going to be it's going to be a very, very subtle energy that's going to make you want to rethink larger goals. You can see there's so many forces coming at you that are designed to push you into an insular space. And all you want to feel is seeing it on the surface in the 3D. But like that time is coming. It's just not in this current window. This early September window is going to feel very, very insular. Now, the full moon is coming in August 31st in Pisces, and the main challenge around that is going to be, can you keep your thoughts positive,
It's
right?
a blue moon too, I think.
Hey?
It's a blue moon, that one.
In Pisces.
I
think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Is it another super moon too? I'll have to double check all that.
But I know it's a blue moon, this full moon coming.
This one coming. Yeah, well, its main challenges are going to be to keep your thoughts positive and to, while all these other forces are coming at you trying to upheave you, this one's going to put you into a dreamy space. It'll be lucky for some, dreamy for others, second chances for yet others. But the baseline of it will be try and keep your thoughts positive and balanced as you move through it. The push from the universe, look at this, hold your ground, just hold your ground. All the work that you've done to now we've been through Lions Gates, we've been through, other big energies that were designed to get us really, really close to the veils being wide open and pushing through to who we're going to be. We've been on a bit of a bridge energy between old and new, and the universe is saying, hold your ground, I've got the new energy is coming through. I just need to refine it just a little bit. And Page of Wands comes through in how you're feeling to say, you're going to feel that spark. Like I said, with that Mars and Libra energy, it's going to want to put things that you're passionate about into focus. But that's going to be a real challenge because the universe is saying, I want you to feel it, but I want you to stand still, which is kind of like I'm kind of seeing it like a hamster wheel, right? It's like it's moving really, really quickly, and you just can't get anywhere. Yeah. So you've got the Emperor in the soul space, which this is lovely for, it kind of sums up that energy of being on the hamster wheel for a divine feminine, like to have this much masculine energy in the soul space says you want to go, you want to move forward at a rate of knots, you want to be in charge of your own world, and like, it's like that ruling over an empire energy is going, you've been through so much, you understand so much about who you are and what the journey is about, but it just won't kick into the next level under this current energy, and it's going to sit there for a good couple of weeks. Challenge, Eight of Wands in the soul space, which means it's going to feel, this is Mercury Retrograde 101, Eight of Wands in the soul space. When this energy moves in a confident, happy way, it is freedom of communication. You're able to speak to those around you in a happy, positive way, and it moves quickly towards your goal and your destination. So it would be, you know, if we're talking twin flame connections here, it would be that you're in communication and you're talking easily and freely. You know, you don't want to take each other down at this point. No. But under this energy, I suppose, like we have a bit of a joke, and you know, what's that movie that goes, "You complete me"? You know, there's like some line of a movie that goes, "You complete me," and twin flames hold that ideal. But we shift the narrative. We go, "You complicate me."
Complex.
You complex me. You complicate me. This is what this energy is going to feel like. Is going that communication doesn't feel easy and free. Are you excited about this reading? But it will. You'll want to go. You'll want to move forward. You'll want things to move easily. But essentially, the universe wants to upheave things and shift things, adjust things. We're moving through an energy portal. The whole planet is that's trying to lift vibration, and as such, Divine Feminine went first, and we've kind of done all this work ahead of the curve, and now people are waking up en masse across the planet. So we're sitting there with all of the tools and the constructs ready to go to have the conversations, but essentially it's like, you know, sometimes it feels like we're speaking one language and other people are speaking another language, and this will be more on display over the next couple of weeks. The advice from the Spirit is move with the hamster wheel, essentially. Look at this, the energy of the Chariot. How fast-paced is that, right? It's kind of an unfair space. Look, it's like going, I want you to stand still and I want you to run forward as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Ultimate hamster wheel, right?
Stop the hamster wheel, but move.
Move, yeah. Move forward, but I'm going to make sure that the energy is like it's like you're holding space on where you are, but it's still asking you to dream big, to think big, to hold all those really more explosive energies, but try not and try and stay positive while you're in this. It's almost like a capacitor, you know, like how a capacitor holds energies, and it's like it's waiting to discharge. It needs a catalyst to discharge the energy. That's kind of how it's playing out. And the likely outcome is the Four of Pentacles. So this is not a bad thing, because what I'm seeing is Four of Pentacles as under this energy is gathering your resources. So we're looking at the Venus retrograde in Leo energy, which is assessing deeply who and what we value, right? Which is going through and it's almost cataloging everything that you've learned and bringing it through and going, yeah, this is who I am, this is what I know, this is how I want to move forward. It's not getting concerned at the delays, but rather rethinking the broader, larger goals and being okay with it. So this energy, this powerhouse energy, is designed to build the mantle that you're standing on, so to speak. So, you know, gather resources. It could be financial resources under this energy, but I'm feeling it more as your mental, emotional, spiritual energy. Gather them all in and feel confident just standing on that ground over the next couple of weeks. And your goal, your main challenge will be, especially as that full moon comes around, is to keep your thoughts positive and not to let any feelings of being aimless or any delays, any missed deadlines, any miscommunications, don't let those things put you off track or off task on moving forward in your journey. Okay. Divine Masculine.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? What have you got for me?
It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute
Must have been
since
active.
I've been holding the fort
You've been doing a good job. I love it. Like,
yeah,
that's awesome.
we have been busy, and we've been building our tarot course, which is teaching intuitive tarot. So it's and that's available now. That's
If
something
you
we've
haven't
been
been
working.
onto the website, have a look.
Yeah.
Jump on there, have a look.
Yeah.
Go through it. And if you want to
'Cause-
download it.
Yeah.
Down low, down low.
So we've been working on that.
Yeah.
And we've been doing lots of readings for people. What's this one for?
That's the first one.
First card.
That's the one.
We've got the Hangman on the Divine Masculine. Righto, that's the second one. This is interesting, isn't it? Because look, see how like it's kind of mirroring. Seven of Wands is a different energy to the Hangman for sure, but we're being told hold ground. Just hold ground. Don't fight for the next level, but just reassess, right? Figure out who and what you are, figure out where you've been, what you're going, what you value, those kinds of ideals. Now, Divine Masculine is being told what we want you to do is use that same energy, but use it for Hangman is the I figure out I've always used the word penultimate wrong. Penultimate means second to last. It doesn't mean the best. I've just figured out after all these years I've been using it wrong.
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
I did learn that one.
The word exists.
But it's the ultimate, not the penultimate. It's the ultimate push into looking at your own energy. So you've been going through this a fair bit, hey? Like if we look at...
I'm just the penultimate.
You're the second to last. Seriously, this has been a lot, hey? You've been having a lot of like revelations, things that you knew, but then you go, now I know this. Like you know it to a deeper level.
Yeah, like I've been listening to it for like all my life. Today I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's like you come running into the room going, I've been listening to this for like 12 years, but like it suddenly has this new meaning.
Yeah. Like, it's been explained now.
Yeah.
Understand.
You understand it on a
download it, people. Download it.
So this has been really relevant in our world, in like the revelations that have been coming through, and it's been. You have at times been a little bit hermitish in when you've been figuring out what the next parts of the story are, but when you get the revelation, you're really quick to share and go, this makes sense to me on a whole another level, and I feel another level of completion of the journey or completion of the understandings that I'm...
Another level of complicated.
Yeah, another level of complicated for sure. But it's been, and as much as it's like you don't know what you don't know until you know it, and then you go, the next level feels ever more expansive, and it keeps growing. But with this Nine of Cups energy there's been levels of achievement or levels of satisfaction that have birthed on the back of these really introspective kind of moments where energy's been understood, and it's actually been really fascinating to be unpacking these new levels of the journey and going where I was saying before, sometimes it feels like we're speaking one language and Divine Masculine speaking another.
Well, you don't understand me, man.
Sometimes, like when you're having these revelation moments, it's like I
need to change my language and my vocab to English then.
So
or you need to go from French to English.
Something. But these revelations have been exciting, and I think what's really cool is like we've got the Four of Pentacles in the soul space for us. We've got it in the outcome where I saw this energy more as a plateauing, whereas Divine Masculine is really moving into it's in the soul space. You're gathering information. Like there's levels of awakening that are occurring there via this process of revealing new things to yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
of course. Complicated.
It is complicated as each of these awakenings occur. It's like and the unpacking that is, but the drawing of the information to the soul space is a it's a really powerful energy that's on Divine Masculine right now. And as much as Divine Feminine feels like they're running on a treadmill, what's happening to Divine Masculine is he's on it might feel like a treadmill, but it's actually going somewhere.
It's so ahead from that through the soul, and then you realize what's happening. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, look, exactly. Look, this is what's in the challenge space. Is like all of that effort, right, of going, that time in contemplation, that time in thinking, that time of realization, is actually sitting in the challenge, right? So it is going, that downloading of information and that moving to next levels of ascension can actually feel exhausting at times. It can feel confusing, complex.
Complex, definitely.
Definitely complex, yeah. But then it moves in. Advice says keep going, right? Keep pushing towards those next levels of information because it's taking you places. And look at the likely outcome. You've got the moon, and I think you've got that there for a couple of reasons. You've got we do. I feel really compelled by bringing up the energy of the full moon that's coming up. So I think that any energy that might trip you up moving forward, it's like going, keep pushing, keep staying positive on the journey, keep staying positive towards any awakenings that might be coming your way, because it is actually
once in a blue moon.
that's true. It's leading you somewhere. What have we got under the deck? 10 of see, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. It wants you to be able to lay the burden down, right?
Have it.
Yeah, but how do you get to lay the burden down is that it's the work, right? You've got to get into the work. And this is something, and look, you've got the lovers there, which is the when we talk about twin flames, we look upon this card as going, it's the masculine, the feminine, and the divine all working together. And essentially, where the surrender point happens for divine masculine is all these awakenings that are occurring. It's going, yes, I am a flame, this is the fire sign here. Yes, I'm on this journey. I'm meant to have these awakenings. I'm meant to have these struggles. I'm meant to understand things like, we've been really battling with understanding the Maui fires and the storms that are raging, and looking at how the world is moving through this ascension process, and knowing that we've got a role to play. And it's like going, what is it that we're meant to do? How do we get into these surrender spaces in order to be on our mission and do what we're meant to do? And the awakenings that are happening for divine masculine right now are actually part of that solution. Understanding what what the revelations that are being given are, where they're meant to take you, what they're meant to offer. So I think for divine masculine across the board, the fight of the running that's occurred for so long, and the work that needs to happen in order to work with the divine in the next part of the mission is really what's sorry, I just have to shift that. Is really what's pushing against. Hang on, can you just make sure that doesn't?
Yeah.
I don't know why my computer keeps like making the screen dull sometimes. If we can just move that. Okay, so that's the current push. I would say that that's to understand the the surrender point to the learnings. And if we reflect on our journey currently, that we're seeing it, we get the privilege of seeing it face to face, of how many awakenings that are currently occurring, to understand that bigger picture. So across the collective, it'll be happening wherever divine masculine and feminine are in their journeys of separation, or whether they're together. The push will be on for ascensions and awakenings and understandings. Look at this. Look at these catalyst energies, right? So what we're talking about in the energy that's coming up, right, is starting to look back over things that you've been through. It's going to be a very retrospective energy. So we're looking at times that we've had broken hearts or caused broken hearts, times we've been left out in the cold or left somebody out in the cold, however the case may occur, and coming into a level of understanding of why it occurred. See how that plays out on two energy levels there. Like, the burden wants to end, and how do you get into understanding is with the work. But part of the catalyst energy is going, the separations that twin flames put themselves through. The heartbreaks, the pushing away, the pulling, the shoving, all of those things. And look at this. Here comes the time. We're talking about the times of the rapture. We're talking about times of the tribulations, right? And these are when twin flames are going to be moving into explaining the energy of the divine, right? Supporting other people around what we know to be true about the nature of following the divine. See the divine calling people? the divine is calling people right now. They're waking up en masse, and we're starting to understand why we've had to go through this kind of crap, right? The constant heartache, the constant push and pull, the constant feeling out in the cold on the journey. All of this is going to, like, the awakenings that are occurring are at the, because the divine is sounding the horn saying you need to understand, people, the time is coming when humanity needs to stand up and understand divinity, right? Faith won't be found on the planet. Remember the graces of twin flames: faith, hope and love. We've got to understand them. You've got to understand them, and those graces are never going to be more prevalent than when we see the world trying to shift into 5D energy. But those who don't understand it will be left suffering, right? We've been through the suffering. We've come to understand the divine through it. And now the horn is sounding, saying it's time to get to work. Go crack the whip. You got to get to work.
Yeah.
Shall we build? Let's ask a question. Let's ask, what is divine masculine currently thinking about divine feminine? And no smart cracks.
Oh, no,
None whatsoever.
None from me today.
None from you. What is he currently thinking towards the connection? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What have we got? Genuinely, what is divine masculine thinking? Are these all going to be messed up again? I don't know why this deck does this, hey? I set them straight all the time, and then I come to do readings, and they're all messed up. Let's go. And one more. Let's have a look. Okay. So at the moment, it's like what we've got here. Knight of Pentacles is, when it's in the upright, he's a pretty, especially represented in this card. I love him. He's out in the forest. He's actually taking a little bit of peace. Traditionally, the meaning of the Knight of Swords is someone who is a very hard worker, someone who gets the job done, doesn't necessarily like the task, but will show up and do it anyway, right? Go out, get the job done. And what it's saying is going, I need a break. I just need a break, right? And this one is probably, I could even take it out. Look at him. He's in the forest, in the greenery. He's just taking a minute. Like, I'm just taking a break. And Hangman sort of suggests that too. It's like he's bored of Groundhog Day. But as yet, the full revelation of the journey is not upon him. So what is he thinking about divine feminine? He's like going, look at, I'm getting messages poured down upon me, right? I'm feeling a certain way. I'm feeling an energy upon me, but like, I don't want to put you in the spotlight just yet. Why? Because I need a minute. And I know these energies have played out across the collective, since we've been here. We see this relentlessly, because divine masculine is always going, you make me feel a certain way. I don't necessarily understand it, but I'm not ready to put you in the spotlight. Now, he's got the Tower. How does he feel in the soul space? Is like the structure of his belief system has taken a hit, right? With regards to you. What is he thinking about you? My belief system around who and what you are is taking a hit. Is this relevant at all? Like, when you think about what you've been learning over the last little bit, right? Does it shift how you see my journey at all?
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
it makes sense. Like, it's just
the structure of it, the underpinning ideas.
Yeah, it's like you have a fair idea of what's happening, but you don't know. Like, then when you understand it, it's like,
yeah.
I can see clearly now.
Yeah. So you could imagine like a divine masculine who's sort of still on the journey to realization. They're going, hang on. I'm not ready to put you in the spotlight just yet, but something has really shifted in the way I think about you, the underpinning structure of it. I've been hit by a bolt of lightning perhaps, and I'm starting to come into clarity around the ideas that I think about, why you say and do the things that you do, why you move in the ways that you do. I'm getting new ideas about it. here in the challenge position is the Seven of Pentacles, which would reflect this idea as well, going, I'm not ready to put you in the spotlight as yet, but all the fruit is on the tree, right? All the fruit is on the tree. I could come forth and pick that fruit at any point in time because I see that it's ripe. I get it. I get it. I understand it. But here it's reinforced again. I'm not ready to speak it. King of Swords comes through reverse. And it's like going, the way that, and we're moving into that Mercury retrograde period where we're saying that communication will be misdirected anyway. So it's like, and then it's not quite healed. So what he would be saying to you if he could is going, I am seeing you with new eyes. I have heard, or something has affected me to the degree that the structure with which I hold you in has changed. The way you move, you act, you think, you speak, your connection to the divine, whatever. However he's held a structure, it's had a lightning bolt hit it, and it's wanting to tear the old structure down in favour of a new one. But the likely outcome is he won't move forward under this energy to try and heal it, because it's going to be miscommunicated somehow, some way, and there is an awareness of it. I'm just going to stop for a minute and take it all in. I'm just going to stop and let this energy settle. It'll be interesting to see. I reckon within, if we were reading energy into the middle to end of October, I think this would really have evolved. I think that this window across September is going to see a lot of revelations coming for divine masculine, and with divine feminine feeling like it's just on a treadmill, so to speak, where it's not major shifts in understanding or major shifts, but really a building foundations around it and going, this is the baseline of, for now, it's like, come on, divine masculine, are we on the same page? Do we understand each other? That feels like how I'm reading it. And then as October comes around, I would anticipate this shifts dramatically. Let's add, shall we add some Divine Love Oracle just to wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right, let's go one more layer. Do you want to choose? Who do you want to choose for? Big decision.
I'll choose for everyone.
Oh, you're going to do them all.
No.
Go for
I'll
it.
choose for the
Go for it.
feminine.
Bit of feminine. No, you choose them all. I like that. No pressure. What do you got?
Cards.
Helpful. Who's this for?
Feminine.
Oh, look. Yeah, look. I'm not myself. Yeah. How
many cards there?
Three. Yep. And that's for the connection. What have we got there? Yeah. Perfect, right? Perfect. Good job. Good chat.
Good job. Yeah, good job, right?
I'm not myself for divine feminine. Look at this, right? We've got this very, very strong, and I don't know if the color will translate, but it's an orange energy. So we're looking into those creative energies, their sexual energies as well. But we also have this shadow energy here. Now, remember what I said earlier is that we're going to feel some fast-paced, heavy energies, like we want to create our future now, right? We want it to happen now. That's all of these big orange energies will be pushing us forward, wanting to create the next part of the journey, because we know what we know, and it wants to move us forward. But what we're missing in doing that is this part of ourselves. See this shadow behind us, and we've got a few little black spots in here as well, is those parts of us go, we need to assess deeply who and what we value, right? We don't want to be sacrificing those things in order to bring ourselves into the connection that we do believe that we want, right? So in this, we've got to confront our fears, our limitations, and we've got to go, what is the long term, not just what I want to create now. And that's going to feel like a real struggle over the next couple of weeks. It's going to feel this big push within you to want to manifest now. But the supporting energies are to dream long term. So spend this energy, this creative energy, build vision boards, meditate, draw, write it down, get it out, get it from the inside out, but fully expect it not to manifest under this window, because we've got to fully assess all of those shadow energies as well, so that we don't get upheaved, right? If that makes sense. Well, look at this. For the divine masculine, he has drawn lovebirds. I'm telling you, he has a new vision of you, divine masculine, right? And when this lovebirds energy comes out, this is it's not this energy, right? The lovers is all of that really hardcore learning divine, good, bad, Garden of Eden choices, all of those energies come in around this. Lovebirds just says, I just want to be peaceful. I just want to be happy. I just want to be settled. I just want to be kind. I just want to move in a really light way in this connection. Just really want to be open and supportive, right? So then over the top, this final outcome is that the connection matures, right? So these energies are sitting in a little bit of polarities. In this one wants to charge forward, this one wants to settle. Can you see that twin flames are often and always in duality? So ones and zeros, ones and zeros, ones and zeros all the time. What we've got to, if we're going to move through this energy, and believe you me, I'm taking my own advice in seeing this because Ricky will say to me, slow down, get your words out properly. What are you trying to say?
Like you're on a hamster wheel, just stop.
Yeah, I can talk at 1,000,000 miles an hour and try and get to the heart of the matter. And he'll pull me up and go, you need to slow down what you just said and just speak what you actually need to speak. Whereas, and then, so he's going to say, you slow down, and I'm going to say, well, you ramp up. Like you want to sit in this energy, I need you to ramp up. But like where the kicker is for twin flames and why this card comes in, and are you listening? I'm listening. We've got to be mature in the way that we balance this energy.
Balance.
Yeah, so I slow down, and we'll meet in the middle.
You will wax on, I'll
wax on. So it is this idea of maturing the connection to a harmonious space. Now, it's if you have the benefit of union like we do, we can see very clearly how those energies play out. If you're sitting in separation, it is still playing out the same for you, but you're going to have to mature these energies in 5D, not 3D. We still have to mature them in 5D too. We're not exempt, but we've got 5D and 3D, and we have the benefit of the 3D to see it play out. Whereas if you're sitting in separation, what we want to be able to do with this one is divine feminine. If you know that you're on the hamster wheel, slow it down. Slow it down, deal with these shadow energies, bring them online, knowing that your divine masculine is getting the push to use this slower energy to move forward as well. And underneath it, they're getting a fresh new view of how you move through the world and your connection to the divine to bring these energies into harmonious balance. All right, I think that's a reading. I think we'll wrap it up from there.
Call it a wrap.
Yeah,
Caesar wrap.
Call it a wrap.
Caesar wrap.
So thank you for joining me for a reading. It's been fun. It's been a
You're
minute.
welcome. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, and hopefully we've been able to offer some
advice or some
insight there. Hopefully it's useful.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right, so we're going to say faith, open love.
Thank
Bye from
you.
me for now.
Bye-bye.